What's up guys, it's me, Emily G, back at you again with another video. Welcome back or welcome to my channel. Before we get started, thank you so much again for 400 subscribers. I am very, very happy, honored, all that stuff. Should I change my shirt? I was just thinking if I should change my shirt because I don't know. I'm filming like a group bundle of videos because like this is what I can do for you guys right now. I got a 9 to 5, and so I try to film my videos on the weekend and then put them out throughout the week. And usually if I film like more than 2 or 3, I'll change shirts so all the thumbnails on my channel don't look the same. But I did just thrift this shirt and I really like it. It says Tiny House, Big Happiness. And I got it for $3 and I'm really proud because it's really comfy. It's a Bella canvas, which not sponsored, but like Bella canvas shirts, the comfiest shirts ever. Not super sustainable, so I only would thrift them. But I make miniature houses. Anyways, there's some Emily lore. Miniature houses, love them. Like kind of like this size. I also do ones like this sized. I don't have it. These ones are 1 to 128th scale, I think. And they're fully furnished inside. They're very nice. I only have a few of them because they take months and months, or in current case, years and years. But let's get into today's video. I have some stuff to talk about. We're gonna go with this shirt. I have some stuff to talk about. But first, thank you again for joining me. Apologies for the lighting in the background. We're filming this in the daytime. So right now, I want to talk about some, I guess, police body cam footage that's going around. That was actually filmed in 2024 and just recently like had the rights to be released and stuff on YouTube. I don't know how any of that works, by the way. Like I would feel like if I ever got pulled over or like you would not see me in that situation, first of all. I like to think, but again, in today's day and age, I film stuff, so anything's possible. I won't go there actually. But like, how would I ever be interacting with a police officer? I'd be like, hey, like, body cam, like, is that gonna go on YouTube? Because like, make sure to like and subscribe. Like, I couldn't actually, but I don't know. It just adds a level of like, oh God, like, it's important to see these things, but I'm like, YouTube for body cam footage, really? I guess it's my guilty pleasure. Sometimes I like to watch other people react to that, and I think that's okay. And so recently I had seen that Penguin Z0, Moist Critical, the famous Charles White of the Hunger Games franchise, had reacted on stream to some body camera footage of like a frat, how can I censor this word? Fog instead of haze? Does that work? Like misting haze? Let's say misting. You guys know what I mean. Grazing. A frat grazing? Or do we want, let's go with grazing. There was some police body cam footage of University of, I think it was Iowa? Don't quote me on that. I don't think that, again, like people are mad that I don't do my research in the comments. This was days ago. I can't remember, and I don't think it's prevalent to the story. I'm sorry. Some university out somewhere, I think it was Iowa, was involved in some frat grazing. And I don't feel comfortable playing all the videos on screen, mostly because like, and again, they're all adults legally that are involved, but I don't want to get copyright struck in. And I know that big streamers and people can react to it, but I'm like a wee little channel here. And so if somebody like on the other end of YouTube here, like goes to review this video and is like, she didn't bleep this word out, she put a picture of this up, like the channel's gone, you know what I mean? So I started putting my Instagram and my Twitter in the description below so that if this video ever goes kaput, if this channel ever goes kaput, let's all reconvene over there, right? Let's circle back over there and we'll figure out where to go from there. Let's get into it. So this video from, I think it was the University of Iowa, came out on body cam footage of a frat grazing scene scenario that had happened in 2024. And basically, these police officers were called to a frat house because of a fire alarm going off. And so they were responding to a fire alarm, and that's all they knew, right? Fire department got there first, police got there second, as always, and so no shade. And so on the body cam footage, you can see one of these officers going into the house, and they're checking everything out, and the fire alarm has since like gone off, but the guy walks into the basement. and he's going past it. It almost looks like a movie, like, dare I say it, where there's like just people everywhere, right? Like, and it's the middle of the night. There's all these guys standing in weird places of the house. And we'll get to main characters soon enough. But the guy goes downstairs and he peeks into the basement, and I'll put a still up. Jump scare warning, it's terrifying. Or I'll put some video up. Jump scare warning. But this video from the police body cam footage shows him peeking into like a room in the basement, and it's just like, it's gotta be like 40 guys in there with their shirts off, some of them wet, some of them covered in other substances, blindfolded, standing up like cattle crammed in this basement. What's your first thought here? Because mine is grazing, you know what I mean? Like, what else could be going on down there, right? And I want to get into the discussion too, right? Like, is Greek life grazing consensual, right? Inherently, I don't think so, no. Because again, like, it's a peer pressure thing, and pressuring people is not consent. But let's continue to talk about this, because I want to lay the foundation for this story. And I'll try to put things up on screen. Can't guarantee it. But basically, this cop walks into the basement of this frat house, and I forget what the frat is called, like what their chapter name is or whatever. I don't know the Greek alphabet. I am sorry. And I personally, if you guys want to know some Emily lore, and we can disagree on things, I'm like very anti-Greek life. I see like the pros where people are like, oh, like it brings together community. A lot of these frat houses or sororities, like they raise a lot of money for charities. I'm like, but it's just the culture behind it that I don't agree with, right? Like, I feel like, first of all, like, where are we getting Greek culture from here, right? You use the letters and you call it Greek life. I don't think it has much to do with the Greeks. I'm sure it started, right? Like, trying to honor that culture. It is not there now, I don't think. I think there's just a lot more bad that comes out of it than good, in my opinion. And it costs like $1 bajillion. It's very cliquey, like that's surface level stuff. But there's other ways to raise money for charity and to bring people together in a community besides like pressuring people to like make or break their entire college experience, put a bunch of money down, you know, live in a house with strangers that they don't know that are gonna probably get them into difficult scenarios and trouble. It just, I don't know, right? And I am a hypocrite because I have never been in a sorority. I'm not into that, right? Like, so again, my opinion here probably doesn't weigh as much as other people's. If you were in a sorority or frat house, let me know what your thoughts are. Did you enjoy your experience altogether? Was there any grazing going on? I don't know. I almost joined a like all-inclusive service fraternity my freshman year. More lore. I joined Westchester University for my undergrad as a music ed major, actually, and I switched like a billion times, but I had joined the first semester there, and there was some like service fraternity for music, like the music department there, that like they called it a service fraternity because yeah, like you had to go and like do a lot of volunteer time, and there was a lot of raising money, but like there were also like partying going on, you know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like service is like very loose for some of these groups, but I almost joined, and there was like one meeting I had to go to in the beginning, and it was just a bunch of people drinking, and I was like, I don't know, like, and again, maybe that's just me because like I don't drink at all and I'm not interested in that. I'm sure it's different, but like I know everybody has a range of opinions, so like let's all be respectful. Let me know what your thoughts are. But back to this. It looked classic frat house, and the guy goes in the basement, sees all of this happening, and he turns to this one kid who, I honest to God forget his name. I don't even know that we get his name. I think in the beginning he refuses to like give his name. He was giving this officer like a very hard time and being like, I'm sure he was probably clearly a little bit drunk or whatever, but he was, which doesn't excuse it, but he was like, you don't need my name. No, why do you need my license? I'm not going to give it to you. Why do you need my name? And I think eventually he gives him the name and they like bleep it on camera. I can't remember. But this guy, who we'll call head frat guy, at least for now, steps in kind of as like the voice of unreason for everybody. Because all the guys in the basement decided, we're not going to talk. We're blindfolded. We're standing here. We're not going to say anything. And the officer goes in and he's like, Here, I'll pretend this is my flashlight, my torch. I'm wearing black, so I was like, gotta make sure I'm clean enough. But he was like, hey, like, is everybody in there okay? And everyone's like quiet. He's like, I need an answer. Is anybody hurt? And they all in unison were like, no, no, sir. And he's like, is anyone here against their will? No. Is anybody? And I'm like, oh my God, chills down my spine. Like, God, I really think, and I know that Charlie had said this on his stream, I really think that it was like hey, no matter what the circumstances are, like, the first one of you guys to like move or dip or say anything or take off your blindfold, like, you're out. Like, you're not getting inducted. I can totally see that happening. You know what I mean? And I think that's probably what the scenario here was, because nobody, like 100% herd mentality, like, nobody wanted to be the guy to leave or like to say anything. And so the officer was asking the head frat guy here questions, and he was like refusing to answer. He gave some very chilling answers at one point. Like, it took him a while to like fess up and be like, what's going on here? And eventually towards like the middle or the end of the footage, the guy was like, it's a celebration. And the officer was like, what? And he says with these like glazed eyes, he's like, it's a celebration of life. And I was like, oh my God, like, it's giving cult, is it not? Like, it's giving cult. Can I say that word on YouTube? I wouldn't even know what to put that in as. But like, celebration of life, excuse me? Like, in a frat house while everyone's blindfolded and covered in liquids? Like, that's like very jarring and concerning. And I know bro was probably way gone, but like, ooh, it was like a little scary. So I don't know. To sum it up, because we're not reacting, if you want to see the full body camera footage or someone else react to it, I'd recommend checking out some smaller channels. Try to search it and find some smaller channels, help out some smaller channels, support small business, right? And I don't know, we're not doing that here because of copyright. I'm just a little nervous. But basically, to sum up the rest of it, the guy was giving a hard time. The police officer had said like call your frat president or whatever, like, we need him here, whoever's in charge. And there was a discrepancy between who was the president and who owned the actual house. And it seemed like in charge frat bro in the basement down there giving a hard time was like a live-in. His buddy even said like, oh, he lives here. And the officer was like, you live here? And he's like, no, I don't live here. And the officer said, well, your buddy over here just said you live here. And he's like, and I'm like, ooh, these guys are gonna fight later. But there was a discrepancy. I hope this video was legible. It just occurred to me, I'm just like going back and forth. Let me know what you guys think of this format. Sorry, I hope this is interesting enough. To sum it up, we'll get there. To sum it up, he had said, I'm not in charge, that's our president. And the cop was like, well, we need to talk to him, where is he? And he said casually, he's like, he's at Summit. That's my frat bro impression. He's at Summit, bro. And the officer was like, well, get him, call him. Well, I don't have his number. Nobody here has his number. I don't have his number. What's his name? Eric. What's his last name? Nobody knows his last name. Like, it was just so annoying, and like, they were there for much longer than needed to be. I'm like, listen, like, maybe it's just the naivety of probably being drunk and in college and a frat bro, right? But like, the cops aren't leaving. You know what I mean? Like, you can stall. It's just gonna make it worse, right? The president of the fraternity ends up being there. He was at Summit, right? Like, to sum it up, I don't know what Summit is. Can someone fill in? Is that like a local bar or something? Because all he kept saying the whole video was, he's at Summit. He's at Summit. No, you call him. I'm not calling him. I don't know what Summit is. Is he at the top of a mountain? Let me know. Maybe that's an area. I don't know. Frat president ends up getting there, going outside, and was much more agreeable than this first dude in charge, and was like, no, I'll be honest, like, we're just, like, we brought him into it's their induction night, like, we brought him into the basement and blindfolded him, and we're just here to mess with them. Like, he was so honest, to be honest. Like, I'm sure there's details he was leaving out, but he said, like, oh yeah, like, we're messing with him, like, we did this. And the cop was like, okay, because we're very frustrated at your guy down there not telling us, like, what's going on. And I do disagree with the cops in many ways in general, but specifically this guy was like, you're in charge. Well, if you're not in charge, why are you speaking for them? Well, you're in charge, we have to blame you. And I'm like, listen, like, no one else is talking, but like it doesn't mean he's like the representative for all these people. You know what I mean? Like these people have autonomy. And I'm not criticizing the cop in that he like wasn't giving them autonomy. I just mean like I don't think that one kid should have taken all the flack for his guys not answering the officer, right? I mean, again, I don't quite know what the situation was. We get into a fuzzy line here where it's like, well, they refused to answer, the blindfolded guys. They weren't answering. And it's like, but I don't think that should fall on this one guy from what we know, right? If we are to believe that the guy said nothing about like, all of you guys like don't say a word or you're out. It's like, well, it is on the individuals then who refuse to answer the police, right? Regardless, right? Grazing, very illegal in many states. In more than 40, I think, states in the United States, it is illegal to do grazing. And so, of any kind, mind you. And so, this was definitely allegedly illegal. And I believe spoiler alert for the end of the video, we ended up finding out that like that fraternity was suspended through 2029. So quite a few years out from now. I mean, it's 2026 we just got into right now. So by the end of 2029, they'll be like slowly getting back together. And again, I don't know what like a suspension looks like, if it just means they can't like participate in chapter events, or if it means they can't have new members, or let me know if you were in a fraternity or sorority that got shut down. I'm curious to know what that looks like, because obviously it's like, well, do they kick you out of the house? Like you need somewhere to live, like you paid your money, like what happens there? I'm curious. And so I don't know. The one guy, frat bro in charge first in the basement, not the president, they went to his house. We're to assume the next day or next few days or so, these cops with investigators went over there and were asking for more information because, again, it's illegal to be doing frat or sorority grazing, right? And it's like a big investigation. So they go over, they're interviewing him. He was very not cooperative. And they like walked out of the house, they arrested him. And I think they had charges dropped after like a year on him. So I don't know that he ever saw any actual repercussions. And I'm like, I guess I don't have an opinion on that particularly. I'm neither here nor there. I'm like, listen, you gave the cops a hard time, right? Like, there was an outcome, which is that the frat was like suspended. You could have been much more cooperative. You were very annoying. I wouldn't think he would go to jail for that. Like, I guess, yes, he like did lie to them at some points and was like, no, like there's nobody. They alluded to him blocking the door. Like he wasn't letting the cops in at first, which again, I don't know what the legalities behind that are because they didn't have a warrant. But again, no one was under arrest at that time and they were responding to a fire, allegedly. I need a lawyer on this YouTube channel. I need a frat bro on this YouTube channel. I don't really need a frat bro on this YouTube channel, but I want everyone's opinion, so let me know what you think down below. I just wanted to open the discussion more up for like frats in general and grazing in general. Frats, we know my opinion. I have a strong opinion about it. I guess not strong in the sense that I'm like very vehemently against it, but strong where I'm like, I've made up my mind. I just feel like there's a better way to raise money and like do good things out there without doing all the other stuff that frats and sororities do. I feel like it's you can have that college experience of like living on your own, living with new people, meeting new people, going out to gatherings without being in Greek life. You know what I mean? And some people would argue that's the best way to get out there. I disagree. I think it's like a system reform, in other words, which is so stupid. But like if Greek life went away, there would be ways to meet people. People would come up with it. You know what I mean? But in terms of grazing itself for frats, I think, and this gets into a deeper discussion of like state versus federal crimes, I think it should be illegal in every state, not just like a few or 40 plus. Like if we're going to make it 40 plus, it should be all of them. You know what I mean? And I think it should be illegal. I saw in the comments, this really bothered me, for Charlie's stream, people were like, oh my God, nobody got hurt. It's not serious. Like they were just goofing around. And I'm like, call me like such a stick in the mud. But it wasn't serious because the cops got there and stopped it before they started doing crazy stuff. You know what I mean? And I'm not pro cop. That is not where this is going. But I'm saying clearly there were people there who intervened and stopped whatever was going to happen before it could happen, right? And so in general, not pro cop, but in this situation, I think this was probably for the best that they got this shut down. Because who was to say that was what was going to happen, right? Like, everyone out there is talking about, like, oh, well, they were just, like, blindfolded standing there. I'm like, well, they were then, but, like, what happened when they started bringing the liquor out? What happened when they started drinking? What happened when they started doing weird things and, like, stripping? And, like, I don't know what frats do, but, like, I've heard some very intense stuff. What happened when they brought out the illegal substances? It's just, like, I don't know. I feel like y'all are very naive for believing that that's as far as that was gonna go. And I feel like it probably stopped before someone got hurt. But, like, you hear about these stories about, like, where people pass away because of, and it's like, we're forgetting that that's a very small portion of people, that not that they took it too far, but that didn't get lucky. I'm sure there are people out there that do crazy things that just get lucky during grazing situations, and they're okay for no reason other than sheer dumb luck. You know what I mean? And so, I don't know. I think it's a drinking culture thing. I think it's a frat culture thing, and I just disagree with it. I'm like, we can have a fun time in college and not be, like, problematic like that. And if I can go on another, like, mini rant tangent thing, maybe I'm unk, as the kids say. Like, maybe I'm boring because I'm 26 now. But, like, having been in college before and working at a college now, like, I see it on the daily where people are like, oh my God, like, I can't wait to go out this weekend and drink. I want to get so horribly, disgustingly hammered. And it's like, girl, it's like a Monday at 11 a.m. Like, this is not normal. Are you okay? Like, you need to seek help. I'm not saying this to, like, belittle anyone, but, like, if you are in college, if you are any age, but, like, if you are in college, because that's the discussion we're having now, and you think it's, like, normal to be like, I need to get hammered and I can't wait for Thursday, for Thirsty Thursday, and it's a Monday, I'm like, listen, like, we don't all have to like school. I know that the academics are a drag for a lot of people, but the fact that, like, you have to look forward to that on a Monday, like, you are living for that, is very concerning and very unhealthy. You know what I mean? And the fact that, like, I'm like, listen, like, if you're 21 plus, right, like, have a drink, like, every now and then, like, go out, like, but I'm like, the fact that it's so normalized to problematically binge horribly drink in college is crazy. It's not normal. And people will give you the opposite. And maybe people think I'm being too harsh or too stick in the mud. But I think, from what I've observed and seen and been surrounded by, I've gone to parties, I've seen it. People are like, oh, it's part of the college experience. Like, we have to do that. I'm like, you actually don't have to do that. You can have fun without doing that. You can totally not do it and still be enrolled in college and still, like, go out with friends, have a good time, get goofy. You know what I mean? But the fact that it's like, oh, you have to drink, like, in your college experience. Like, you have to get wild. I'm like, so actually you don't have to. Actually, you don't have to. And you can still have a great time, you know? I had a great time. I went to two parties, because I'm more of, like, an indoors person. You know what I mean? But I went to two parties. One of them, there were drinks. I did not partake. There were some people that were partaking and they were not of age. The other one, there were no drinks. Both of them were fun. The one with no drinks, oh my God, it was a blast. It was a blast. It was with, I'm not a theater kid. Dare I say the word theater? I'm not a theater kid. I was a band kid in high school. I was music ed first semester. I went to a mystery, can I say the M word? A red rum mystery party with theater kids. And it was the most fun I ever had. Like, it was so crazy. Everybody was locked in, let me tell you. And again, like, alcohol would have ruined that. You know what I mean? I think alcohol ruins it. It makes it worse. And then it's like, well, you want to have fun. Like, the argument's like, you want to have fun and drink and have a fun party in college. I'm like, you can't remember it the next day. How much fun could it be if you can't remember it, right? Like, maybe that's just me because I don't drink. Again, like, I want to know what your thoughts are below. I want to hear everybody's thoughts. And I'm not shutting it down completely, but what I don't agree with at all is the whole, like, you have to, or like you're not gonna have a good time in college. That's wrong. Don't listen to them. Like if you're thinking of going to college and you're like feeling a little bit pressured to go out and drink, just grab a cup, a red cup, fill it with water and walk around and act crazy. You know what I mean? Like, to be honest, like people will believe you. No one's gonna bother you. Like, I really think you'll be okay. You know what I mean? If you want to avoid that conversation, grab a can and hold it and just like dump it in a plant when no one's looking. To be honest, I really think it's problematic behavior. I really think it, same with like other substances. And again, I have to use keywords. My undergraduate school, I would be walking in broad daylight to class. There was one scenario, we're just going on a tangent here. I hope you're in for the ride. There was one scenario where I was walking to class and I was kind of stuck behind these two girls because it was a narrow path and everyone was just in one long train of a line. And they were talking very loudly. And I'm like, am I the person that would eavesdrop? Oh yeah, to be honest. But I didn't have to because they were just screaming at this point. And they were like, and I have to use code words here, but the one girl was like, oh my God, Jessica, like, I can't believe like Henry like OD'd last night. Like, where are we gonna get our, how do I do this? Our Coca-Cola, right? And the one girl's like, I don't know, Samantha, but like, I need it. I know it's only Tuesday, but like, I have to get some Coca-Cola or I'm gonna go nuts. Like, this party has to be a blast. Like, and I'm almost out of my last gram. She's like, oh my God, I don't even know what. And I was like looking around. Like, I was like, does nobody hear this? Like, I'm walking from French class at like 8 a.m. and these two girls in front of me are like belligerently screaming about where are they gonna get their next like hit of like Coca-Cola. Apparently it's a Coca-Cola school here. Like, Pepsi products, yes. Coca-Cola, maybe. You know what I mean? Like, it was pretty wild. So I'm like, people, you don't need to do that. Like, and again, I know there's going to be somebody in my comments with this argument because there always is, right? There's going to be somebody there that's going, Emily, like, it really is distasteful how you don't understand the concept of people being, you know, like, they have a problem. They have an ad and then an itchin, you know, an ad itchin. I'm trying to use code words. And I'll try to bleep it out. And I'm like, no, I realize that. But what I'm saying is, like, it shouldn't be normalized. I feel like people who, whether they're struggling with that or not, will perpetuate it and say, no, like, everybody needs this. Like, it is part of it. Like, this is completely normal. And I understand that addiction can do that to people. But my quarrels lie with other people too, being like even like you young guys out there who are like babies and you're still in high school and you're like, I can't wait to get to college and just like go to a party and like go crazy. I'm like, but you don't have to sign up for problematic behavior, for unhealthy habits. You don't have to sign up for that. You know what I mean? Like, again, like, you can have a good time. I don't know. I don't want to go on too long here because this has already been a long video and I have more to film. So please let me know what your thoughts are down below. I want to know if you've been in Greek life. I want to know if you left Greek life, what your stories are. I want to know if you have ever seen yourself in a grazing situation. I want to know what your thoughts are on continuating, and that's the second time I've said that word, and making sure that everyone has a fun college experience. And, you know, like, I'm like, okay, like, let me know what your thoughts are down below. I hope this video was informative and entertaining, and I hope you're doing well finishing up that homework of yours. And yeah, let's get together in the next one. And yeah, all right.